How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Cutting Room 101 here on YouTube. I'm Jordan Rowe from the Rowenet Review, and I'm here to close out the week of a topic I suggested, favorite movie openings. I actually don't have one particular favorite opening, so what I'm going to do is talk about 4 openings I really like in depth, and then I'm going to kind of go and list off some honorable mentions that I have, and there's a lot. Now, the first movie I want to talk about is a cinematic landmark. It's one of the best films ever made, The Godfather. Now, by opening sequence here, I mean the opening 30 minutes that take place at the Corleone wedding. I think it's really well done, and I think it perfectly sets up the world. You get a sense of the power that runs in this family. You get a sense of each person's role in the family, and I just think it does a really good job setting up the events for the rest of the film. Another opening I really enjoyed, it's one that gets a lot of praise, The Dark Knight, the opening bank robbery. It's just a really smart, well-crafted, intense heist scene, and I think smart is the key thing here, because a lot of action movies come out today that are just really mindless. You have Transformers, things like that that just would never happen, and they're just so ridiculous and just you can't take them seriously. But this scene is so smart. It actually plays it like something that could potentially happen in real life, and I really appreciate that. The opening also grabs the viewer. It really pulls you into this scene, really pulls you into this world, and throughout the whole film, you're totally invested the entire time. But I think the opening is the best scene in the whole film. Another opening I really enjoy is one I've already talked about on this channel, Paul Thomas Anderson's There Will Be Blood. It's 15 minutes of no dialogue, but it just does a really good job of compelling the viewer. I mean, some people might be bored by this, but for me, I was slowly drawn in to this world. I mean, this atmosphere gives the viewer a sense of what's to come, and I think it just showcases Paul Thomas Anderson's directing ability to convey so much without having anyone talk, and I think that's also due to Daniel Day-Lewis's performance, who is fantastic in the whole film, but here he does a really good job of embodying this character, because he literally says nothing, but you get what he's feeling, you get what he's doing just without saying anything. A final opening I'd like to talk about is Quentin Tarantino's Inglourious Basterds. I have a few openings also by Quentin Tarantino in my honorable mentions, but for me, this one is the strongest. It's 20 minutes. It's a conversation between Christoph Waltz's character, Colonel Hans Landa, and a farmer, Perrier Lapetit, and it's almost entirely in subtitles, but for me, I was hooked the entire time, and I think that's because Quentin Tarantino writes dialogue like no one else. I mean, he is so unique with his conversations and his characters, and this scene completely showcases that. It also showcases both of these actors' abilities fantastically. I mean, Christoph Waltz is so good in this movie, and the opening scene gives the viewer a sense of how he really is as a character. As I mentioned before, I have a lot of honorable mentions, so I'm just going to read those off right now. The Graduate, Jaws, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, A Clockwork Orange, Manhattan, Saving Private Ryan, Scream, Magnolia, Up, The Royal Tenenbaums, and Drive. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts on my favorite movie openings. Please leave a comment below with some of your favorite movie openings in case any of us forgot anything this week that you really like. Let us know your thoughts. Anyway, subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment, and stick around for Film Recall tomorrow.